Oh, I'm Cabe.
Okay, Michael Leno. Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, Mike.
So how are you doing a whole thing here?
Yeah, it's fine.
Come on in.
Whoa, cool.
Here, let me set us up for you.
All right.
It's our secret display wall.
Oh, that's it's pretty neat. It's like an old house.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's kind of like Batman, where he has like the thing and then it opens up.
Except this one is pretty obvious.
Yeah, except behind this are like web developers.
I dig. Okay. Cool.
So these are some examples of stuff. It's been made using various digital manufacturing techniques.
Oh, that's right. You got yeah, the Inventables half of the whole business is.
Yes, exactly.
This is crazy sounding in here, you know. So
we have our morning meetings in here, and it's just built here.
I see. Well,
I tried putting some acoustic foam up here, and it just
did it work?
I need better adhesive.
Did that work though?
And a better ladder.
Did that work?
The foam does work.
Really?
It takes it down a little bit. The problem is when you have concrete floors and like just bare bones walls, it's not just like that.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm here with Zach Kaplan from Inventables, and we're going to talk about Easel and the Shapeoko CNC mill.
Yeah.
How does Easel fit in with Inventables? Because Inventables is like you're selling other people's machinery, and so now you're coming out with your own machine and your own like interface. So how are the two related?
Sure. So, well, Inventables is a hardware store for designers, and one of our products is the Shapeoko. So Shapeoko is an open source CNC milling machine. We retail it for $650. It was invented by a guy out in Dixon, Illinois. His name is Edward Ford. So we work very closely with Edward, and we manufacture the machine, and then we ship it out of our distribution center downstairs.
Easel going to be? Are you going to make it work with other people's machines too, or is it just solely Inventable brand?
Yeah, so you can use it with other machines that take G-code.
Anything?
Yeah, anything that takes G-code.
Really? Okay, cool. Well, can you show me a little bit of how Easel works?
Sure. So what Easel is we've taken, there are really three parts to it. So there's CAD, CAM, and machine control. And we've just combined all three of those three things into one piece of software. So you go to easel.com, and it's free. It's a free app. It runs in your browser. It works best in Chrome. And so the first thing you do is you pick a material. So you load it up in the browser, and then you'll see on the right side there's the three-dimensional view of your material, and it shows the wasteboard. And on the left side is the drawing area. So you can pick a material that relates to you. So here I'm going to pick a piece of bamboo, and then you can select some shapes. And when you do, you can move them all around. So you see you can also make the depth deeper to all the way through, or cut it out. You change it to stroke, and then you can zoom in and out. So here I'll zoom in for you there, and get all the three dimensions. And then, like I said, you could do a different design. So, for example, wanted to do Inventables with a lightning bolt, and you can move it, and then you see the little crosshairs to help you with the positioning of the elements on the screen. So make sure that's centered, and then once you get a design that you're interested in, so it could either be a shape or some words or a circuit board, then you plug in the milling machine. So you do it, it's with the USB cord. So you plug the USB cord into your computer, and when you do, you'll see a change. So in the upper right hand corner you see now it says machine ready to cut. And what happened was it went from red to green because I plugged it in. And when you do it, you click it, and then it's going to walk you through sending the job, so what you've designed, to the machine. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to measure your material. So today I'm going to change it to 1/8 of an inch because thickness of the material we're using. You confirm that, and then you clamp it down. So you're going to clamp it into the CNC, and we'll show you that. Once it's secure, then you pick your bit size. So today we're going to use a 32nd inch bit, and that would be an end mill. And then you want to zero the machine, so we're going to move it to the corner. And then once you've confirmed that position, click OK, and it's going to raise the bit up because we don't want to scratch the surface of the material when we move it over. Turn on the spindle, do that, and then you click the button to start cutting, and then it's going to start actually cutting the material out, and you see the progress is tracked up here at the top.
I see. So this was cutting virtually right now, I would imagine? Or...
Yeah, we're cutting virtually because I plugged in the machine, but I just did it from an Arduino. We're not actually connected to the machine, but we'll go downstairs and you can cut it on the real one.
Oh, neat. Okay.
So we're collecting all the different problems that people had so we can improve the software.
I see. You know, when Easel came out, I saw that. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I mean, it was so out of the blue for Inventables to come out with something like this. I mean, I know that cloud-based CAD, CAM, and all that is becoming way more popular nowadays. It came out of nowhere. How did it start? Like, where did the seed of the idea come from?
Yeah, so Shapeoko was the first Shapeoko campaign at Inventables was launched in April of 2012.
Okay.
And those initial users got their CAD software and their CAM software and their machine control. And as we started selling down the road, like the first 1,000, second 1,000, you start getting people who don't want to have their own proprietary CAD package, CAM package, and machine control. They just wanted to make their object, whether it was a circuit board or a bottle opener or a watch, whatever it is. They just wanted to make their thing. And we started looking around into the marketplace to see like what other solutions were there, software solutions that were free and were easy to use, and we couldn't find one. So we actually worked on Easel for about a year before launching it.
Oh, no kidding.
And
so did for the Easel design work?
Yeah.
Is that done here in the States?
Yeah, that's done actually right behind you.
Oh
in
really?
the room over there.
Really?
Yeah.
You have, how many people built it? Just like curiosity.
So the core team is 4 people.
Oh wow.
That are software engineers and designers.
4 people. That's amazing. Okay, that's cool. I love the idea of like a small team still being able to do something this big, this important.
The initial work was actually done by a student who graduated, and then we hired him full time.
So was this like a senior design project or something?
It wasn't. It was started. I met him. His name is Paul Kaplan. He went to the University of Chicago.
Any relation?
No relation, just a coincidence. And we went to a hackathon with the computer science department, and it was a Saturday, Sunday type thing, and we brought some CNC machines, and I basically explained what I just explained to you, that there is lots of interest in this and not any good software. Could you guys help? And that night, they basically hacked on different solutions, and he ended up winning the hackathon. When he graduated in June of 2013, we hired him, and so ever since he started, he basically was the head of the project.
Oh wow.
And then we brought our engineering team on to help him late last year. We launched.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I'm very happy. I was a little afraid that you were going to say like, well, it's made in China or something.
No, it's in Chicago.
Okay.
Made in Chicago.
All right, cool. That's great to hear. Easel works with your Shapeoko, right? Is it easy for somebody who develops a machine, like me, for example, to make Easel work with my system, or is that kind of functionality not built in yet?
Right now, it's not built in because we're still in beta, but down the road, yes, it's going to be.
So it's going to be very straightforward, like you configure the pins and then that's it, right?
Yeah, basically there's a local app that runs on your computer that translates for the specific machine.
Oh, okay.
So that just needs to be configured differently.
I see.
And we configure that for Windows differently than we do for Mac.
Okay. So Windows, Mac, Linux support?
Currently we don't, but it's something that we can add just by writing that app for the particular flavor of Linux that you want.
I see. Just out of curiosity, your friend that developed, or you mean Kaplan?
Paul Kaplan. Yeah.
Paul Kaplan. He developed this program, or the really early prototype form. Was that developed in Linux by chance? since he's into the whole hacker scene, I would just imagine it.
I mean, it's in browser, right? So it's actually mostly JavaScript.
Oh, I see. Oh, just okay, cool. Oh, neat. So, all right. So it only took about a year to get it up and running. That's pretty amazing. So where do you see this being used most? Mostly in the home hacker sphere, or whatever you want to call it, like the hackers, the makers out there. Is that what this is geared towards, or is this geared towards like small companies or big or big companies or something?
So it's geared towards people who want to go from idea to finished product quickly. And so the places that we're seeing that happen are in schools, where this is your first introduction to a CNC, in maker startup kind of thing. So you're doing prototyping, you're doing your small production runs on Kickstarter or other places like that, and in big R&D labs where they might have a large CNC machine, but they just want to do a quick prototype, whether it's for a circuit board or to prove out an idea, rather than sending it out, which could take a week or 2 weeks. Even if it's sending it out in your own company, you just do it on the computer, send it to the machine, and you're getting it back in minutes or hours as opposed to days.
Easel is cutting everything in it looks like in two dimensions.
2.5D currently.
What is 2.5D?
2.5D. So if we let me just refresh here. So 2 dimensions would be like a piece of paper. Like if you were drawing, so your first dimension is X and your second dimension is Y. The half comes from this slider right here, where you can do depth. So you see as I go down, it goes deeper and deeper until it goes through.
So if I do fill, it's easier to see. So that's the half. And the reason it's a half is because it's only right angles. Down the road, we may add where you can do complex geometries.
So complex curves.
So inside Easel, you'll be able to draw your own curves,
or at least import your own curves.
Okay.
So if you drew it in like a more powerful CAD package, then you could import your own complex curves. But right now, at this stage, you can't. But down the road.
So, yeah, you mentioned that we'll be able to import STL files and things like that in the near future.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. So where is the money made in all of this?
With Easel?
Yeah.
No, Easel is a free app, so there's no financial
So
transaction.
sort of like you're kind of giving it as a gift to the world?
Yeah, so we believe that right now it's pretty hard to get started in CNC machining.
Right.
And so we want to lower the barriers so as many people as possible can get involved. Right now, the CNC machining is really relegated to folks who have either a lot of money or a lot of technical experience. And so we want to reduce those barriers down so anyone can get involved. And you can start seeing millions of manufacturers across the country sort of reboot what it means to be a manufacturer. In Chicago here, you've got the Harold Washington Library, and they have one of the Shapeokos. So you can design something for free in Easel. You can go to the library and you can cut it out for free.
Right. Oh yeah, they have that like entrepreneur section in the library.
Yeah, 3rd floor. It's called the Maker Lab.
Oh.
They've got CNC machines. They've got access to Easel, and so we want to make it as easy and as quick as possible for people to start doing product development and prototyping.
Oh wow, that's man, what a gift, really. I mean, it's amazing. So you have no plans. It'll never be like a paid subscription, or get Easel at a if you pay us $30 a month, we'll give you this. None of that ever.
We have no plans to charge for Easel.
Oh, that's great. So all the money's made in machines and things, right?
Right. So we sell at Inventables. So we sell the Shapeoko, which is the machine that comes with it, and we also sell materials that you can use in the machine, whether it's acrylics or
like
fiber,
raw stock and everything.
raw stock, circuit boards, machinable wax, HDPE.
Oh, machinable wax,
woods.
Fantastic. Now, how about various plastics, right?
Yeah, so we have lots of like ABS, acrylic, HDPE, got some cork.
How about Delrin?
We got Delrin.
How about Garolite?
We don't have Garolite.
Or that textured, you know what I'm talking about? What's it called? G10, where it looks like Garolite, but you peel one layer off and it's a textured surface.
We do have we have 2-color HDPE where like you can do that. So for example, let's see, like this one.
Oh my God, do you store all this plastic in house too?
Yeah, we do,
Holy
in the distribution center downstairs. So basically you can see here, you mill out the top layer, so that here the top layer is black and it's textured,
Mm-hmm.
and then it reveals the yellow layer. So it makes it really easy to make something like a sign without having to paint.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. Hey, I can make, side completely off the record here, I could totally make some wicked grip panels for my paintball guns with that. Oh, that's
Absolutely.
fantastic, man. You know, I didn't see the price of what you guys have right there. So, what is that, a 12-inch square? That's not so bad.
Yeah, 12 by 12, quarter inch, it'll set you back $7.27.
Hey man, that's not that bad. Engineers are already working in the field. And they're already using things like, they're already using CAD packages like SolidWorks, and they're already using, this comes into play for them how?
Sure. So if you already have a professional CAD package, or maybe you're using something like Eagle to make your own circuit boards, you can do prototype. You can make your circuit. So for example, you can go to this where we've got these circuit board blanks, and the idea is you would design your circuit in something like Eagle, and then you would download it into the machine and use one of these. So you see here, you can either do the FR ones where they're one-sided or two-sided. So 25 pack will set you back $9, and then you get some of these PCB milling bits and load it up into the machine. You see they have a really sharp point on these PCB milling bits, so you can do really fine traces. So you'll load it up into the machine, plug the machine into your USB port, and then you can turn your EGA file into G-code and actually cut out the circuit boards. So you can do circuit board milling and
So I can actually draw up a circuit in Eagle,
yeah,
and transfer it right over to this, and it'll start cutting.
yeah. Well, you have to turn in the G-code and then
Right. Oh, okay. On another note here, the Shapeoko is simply a CNC machine at its heart, right? So it's got a stepper drivers or servo drivers or something, right?
Yeah, stepper motor. It's got NEMA 7. It comes stock with NEMA 17 stepper motors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a CNC milling machine.
Okay. Okay, cool. So what's your stepper driver? Who's you use? In-house one or?
No, they're made in Asia.
A Gecko or Kelling or something or?
I don't know the specific one. They're NEMA generics, NEMA 17s.
Okay. All right, I do.
We saw them in the store. Let's see. Oh, you don't mean the stepper motor. You mean the driver?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a G Shield.
A G Shield.
Yeah. So it's a G Shield for the Arduino. So it's a NEMA 17 stepper motor that then goes onto the G Shield. Let's see. So you use an Arduino Uno, and here's the G Shield. So the G Shield basically just sits on top of the Uno.
Okay, so this is actually something you buy. You could buy separately.
It comes with the kit, but if you wanted to, you could buy it separately as well. And so you see the terminal box here, where you basically just the 4 wires from the steppers screw down into there, and then here's the power.
So if I get a Shapeoko, I build it all myself, right? I do all the wiring.
It comes with it, yes, but you do the wiring.
Okay.
But we do for folks who are more advanced with the electronics. We also sell a mechanical kit with the Shapeoko. So say for example, you didn't want to use the G Shield, you wanted to use a tiny G or a Gecko driver or something more sophisticated. So the tiny G's here, a little bit more expensive. You can have the spindle in there as well, so you can control that. You got to upgrade your power supply. So let's just go back. So for $299, the full kit on the Shapeoko is $650. But for $299, you can just get the mechanical kit, and then you supply the electronics.
Oh, I see.
So you can
use.
That's
pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can use any electronics you want.
Do you sell a version of all this fully assembled, like turnkey out of the box type thing?
We don't sell the Shapeoko fully assembled.
Mm-hmm.
It's really designed for folks who want to build it themselves.
I see. You know, I always say this, which Easel is kind of represents too. I always say, like, why have a project why have to build a project before you build your projects? You know, is the Shapeoko geared towards prototyping and tinkering and learning versus like low level production?
Yeah, so you can do with the stock Shapeoko, the full kit, prototyping, learning, quick iterations, and then we also sell the maker slides. So, let's see. So it is an open source machine, and if you wanted to expand it, so these maker slides, we sell them in 1,000, 1,800 millimeters, or 200 millimeters, and so you can make it a much larger machine if you wanted to then upgrade your spindle to something a little bit more powerful and do some low-level production work.
So the Shapeoko, you can expand it. You can make it as long, as big as you want, right?
That's right. It's open source.
Oh my goodness!
So,
Wow. So I can make one that's 12 feet long.
Yeah, you're not going to do millions of units, but
right.
Tens, hundreds.
And as far as the head's concerned, I see it's like a Dremel tool with a some sort of simple chuck. What can I change that to?
You could change it to a Bosch Colt, really anything on an ER11, a Bosch Colt, a DeWalt, like a proper. The ER11 needed then a proper spindle like a 400 watt or 600 watt, water cooled, air cooled.
MakerBot sells a 3D printing head that you can put on a mill. Can I put that on the Shapeoko?
You absolutely can. Some people have done it on the forum.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, and go to shapeoko.com. You can see pictures.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, cool. So man, this thing's very very versatile. And then with Easel, it just works. Is Easel going to support 3D printing?
Yeah. So basically, you can go to inventables.com and check out the store, or easel.com and check out Easel for free.
Cool, man. Thank you.
The warehouse where we have all the different materials. So you can see the first station is for picking, second for packing, and then the last one shipping. So in each of the bins, we have all the different components that you can buy on the site. And then these are the linear extrusions and the rails. So
do you get these made yourself, or are they just standard?
We have a tool, and so if you wanted to expand your Shapeoko.
Wow, it'd be 6 feet long. Or 5.5.
That's as long as you can make it.
Wow, that's cool, man. Neat. Oh, and you sell 3D printing spools too?
Yeah, and wood, so you can see back here all the different kinds of wood.
Cool. So.
And then over here, you've got all the different kinds of acrylic. So you can see there's some really neat ones.
Yeah, that is cool. Huh.
Tortoise shell. And then here's some of that 2-color, so you can see that you can mill out.
So what are we going to cut exactly?
Let me refresh it. So okay. So we've done the EE times letters right here with little electric lightning bolts.
Okay.
And we're gonna do it right here. So let's just check how deep we're gonna go. So we're just gonna do a very short cut. So we've got it set at. I'm just gonna type in.
What material are we going to use?
We're gonna do a circuit board.
Oh, cool.
Going to do 3,000s, okay? So you can kind of see it there.
Yeah, very faintly.
And I'm gonna click ready to cut. So we've got the thickness of our circuit board. We're gonna confirm that and clamp down the material. So I just want to make sure that these are tight. So when we turn it on.
So the Shapeoko comes with a clamping board?
These are actually an upgrade. So the waste board and these clamps are an upgrade that you can order on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's pretty secure. So you click the material secure. We got the bit diameter.
So we're using an 1/8 inch bit today. So now we're going to home it. So I'm going to just move it down. So now it's just touching the surface.
You zeroed on the z-axis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And confirm that. So now it's going to say, okay, raise the bit. So when I click this, now you see it just rose it up. And then I'm going to turn on the spindle.
What, should I hit go on it?
What's that?
Should I hit go?
Yeah, as soon as you hit go, put the spindles on.
And start cutting.
Yep. Yep. And that's it. Turn it off. I'm just going to move the spindle out of the way so we can unscrew it.
Oh, right on.
There you go, 8 times.
Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you. All right, thanks again, Zach Kaplan.
All right, thank you.
And I'm looking forward to seeing more of Easel.
Awesome. Check out Inventables.com.